If you have an older car like me, then tech-wise, your car probably won't have Bluetooth. It will have a fairly uninspiring screen. Your CD player no longer works. And the only way you can connect your phone to the car stereo is via this little 3.5mm jack, which, to be honest, is okay, but the sound always sounds fairly muted. So I'll be honest, when I was offered this, I was rather pleased. And when I was reading about what this could do, I actually had a really good idea for how I could actually use this within my car camps, especially couples car camps. However, when the item came, I realized that my master plan wouldn't actually work. So I contacted them and said, look, I'm gonna send it back because I can't use it for the reason I wanted to. I thought to myself, well, you know what, I've got it. I'll just plug it in and see what it's like. And having used it just once, I actually realized how useful this item would be for me. So what exactly is this item? Well, if you're like me, you might have heard of the words Carplay, Android Play, Apple Play, but I never really knew what that was. So in simple terms, what this device will do is show certain apps from your phone on this screen. So it basically means you can use your phone without actually touching it because you do everything through this screen. So one of the initial reasons why I planned on sending this item back was because I thought all it really did was sat-nav, and I already have a TomTom, so I didn't really need a new sat-nav. But if you're like me and you have basically the standard TomTom, so you don't pay for live updates, it just literally shows you the route. Well, once you've used this, which I think is Google Maps, you soon realize just how good this sat-nav is. Now, I appreciate that the words exciting sat-nav are pretty sad, but I am of an age where I actually really like this, and I'm equally of an age, as you know, where I am incapable of hardwiring anything in this car. And the good news for this particular item is that you don't need to hardwire it because it plugs into the 12-volt cigarette lighter socket. And after this, it is almost a simple plug and play. All you do is you plug it in, it turns on, and then you connect your phone to its Wi-Fi. Anyway, back to exciting sat-nav. Now my TomTom will only tell me the route from A to B. Now what this sat-nav does, it has proper live traffic updates. So that starts from the offset. When you punch in where you want to go, it will choose the best route according to traffic conditions. And then the thing that I really found useful when we went to Wales the other day was it would tell me, as I was approaching a traffic jam, how long that traffic jam is, how many minutes I would be in it, but more importantly, it would tell you whether or not you're still on the fastest route or not. And basically what it would do, if there's a better route, it will plot you around that to avoid the traffic in the first place. And because essentially this is Google Maps and an extension of your phone, if you have any pins on Google Maps, well, you can punch those in quite easily too. Now moving away from exciting sat-nav, and actually the feature that made me realize how much I like this was, as you all know, I do a spot of DJing on this channel. Now what you wouldn't know is that all my tracks are saved on iTunes, and that inadvertently means I have Apple Music. Now, for me to listen to Apple Music on my old car stereo using the 3.5mm jack would mean if I'm driving down the road, I'm having to play with this to try and choose the track. However, with this little beauty on my screen, I can legally choose my music without even touching this. And that is, I think, one of the big selling points of these devices, full stop, is the fact that it stops you putting your hands on your phone. And if you watch Cycling Mickey, you'll know what happens to people who are on their phone. And because the sound quality now is so much better, I can be a proper old man playing really loud trance music out of my family 7-seater Zafira. And that leads me nicely into how do you connect this to your car stereo? Well, there's 4 different ways that you can get sound. Well, 3 really. Now, the unit itself does have internal speakers. And they're okay, but they're not car stereo good. Then you have the main way, as I call it, and that is via a little FM transmitter that is basically the 12-volt cigarette lighter. All you do is tune your car stereo to 106 FM, tune the unit to 106 FM, and that is it. It broadcasts via FM to the car stereo. Then the third way is via trusty Bluetooth, but my car doesn't have that, so I can't do that. And the final way you can connect is via the 3.5mm cable. And coming back to features, this unit is actually also a dash cam. And the particular model that I've got is front and rear cameras. So this is the rear camera, which clearly, as you can tell, I have not installed, and the reason why I haven't installed it is because it involves a little bit of hardwiring. Not hardwiring as such, but you have to splice this cable into your rear brake light or rear reverse light. And if you saw my attempt at hardwiring my last dash cam, you'll know why I'm not going to do that. But equally, the reason why I don't really need the rear cam, even though it'd be quite a cool feature, is that my Zafira has front and rear parking sensors already. But if you don't have parking sensors, then actually what this camera will do, it does that thing where it sets up the lines. It gives you that image that will show in the camera screen at the front, so you'll know how much room you have when reversing. So you probably want to know, how good is the dash cam camera quality? Well, it is 4K. And this is me driving through the Dartford Tunnel, and as you can see, it is a very good clear picture. Now, in terms of the camera, what is quite cool is that it is on a swivel, so you can use it to film forward, you can use it to film inward, you could even use it to film to the side if you wanted to. Now, in terms of how you review these videos, again, you have a number of ways. 1, you can use the unit itself to review the videos you recorded. 2, you could take the SD card out and put it into your computer. And the other way is there is a Vidua app, which you'll get the QR code in the booklet. And basically it's a little app on your phone where you can see everything you've recorded, and then you download it straight from the app, and it is very simple to use. So going back to something I said at the very start, the thing that I'm not able to do on this that I wanted to was to be able to screen mirror and watch Prime and Netflix on this device while sitting in the back of the car. Now, that is no fault of the device. Basically, Prime and Netflix appear to have this thing on their system whereby you can't mirror your screen for either of them. So what screen mirroring is, or I think all Android Cast, if you've got an Android phone, basically you can play what's on your phone on the device. It will mirror what you see. Now, you can't do Netflix or Prime, but you can do YouTube. So if I didn't love the sat nav and the Apple Music function already, the thing that absolutely sealed this device for me was the fact that you can listen to WhatsApp messages and text messages via speech relay through your car stereo without you having to touch anything.
To the bestest dad in the world, sent a sunglasses face emoji, said, I just wanted to tell you that you are the best YouTuber in the world and I really love watching all of your videos. Sent a crying with laughter emoji, and said not. Would you like to reply?
Yes.
What would you like to say to Lila New Mob?
You smell of potatoes. Send.
It says, you smell of potatoes. Send it.
Yes.
Done.
So it is a proper total hands-free, and of course not only can you do it via text and WhatsApp, you can also phone people just by using your speech and the whole Siri function. This unit comes with 2 fittings in the box. The one I'm currently using, which basically enables you to put the unit flat on a dashboard, but the good thing is the base plate isn't rigid, so it will bend if you've got a slight curve on your dash like I have. But the other one it comes with is this. But this basically gives you adjustability in terms of arms and height and everything else, and it could be quite useful if you have that type of car. Now, to be honest, the only negative thing I've found with this particular item is, to be fair, something you would find with any CarPlay item that works off your phone's Wi-Fi. And that is quite simply, if you have no phone reception, then none of the functionality on that will work. But like I say, that's the same for any device that uses CarPlay. That's not unique to this. Now, there is no doubt this is a luxury item. I do appreciate that. It is proper luxury. But I can happily say, now that I've started using it, I actually would get one if I didn't have one already, because I might have been the kind of person that shifted through Apple Music at the lights. Maybe. In the description you'll find a 10% off code, but I believe you have to use that on their website. Otherwise, there's some links here to Amazon. So as always, I hope you found this video useful, and until next time, take care.